Everybody, Jay and Manion here at the NPC Photo Gym, and we are how many days away from the USA Championships?
4 or 3.
3 days from the 2022 NPC USA Championships, and I'm here with Pittsburgh's own wellness competitor,
Jen Zollars.
And you're going to the USA.
Yes.
And what are you going to the USA to do?
Compete in wellness and win. Hopefully the overall.
Just say win.
We're going to Pittsburgh.
As you can see, we're representing the black and yellow today. So tell us, how did you get into training with weights?
I've always played basketball, track. I did track to stay in shape for basketball. Once that was over, I dabbled in a CrossFit and Olympic weightlifting for about 7 years, and then had a few health issues come up. I had to give it up. Then COVID happened. There were no more CrossFit competitions anyway. So you announced wellness, and I went, oh, this is interesting. And it was just like the perfect fit for me. I already had
You had done bikini though, right?
In the past, but I was too big for it. It just wasn't for me.
Right. When's the last time you competed in bikini? What year was that?
Oh my gosh, that might have been 2012.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so it was a long time ago.
Right. So once you heard about wellness coming to the NPC, you were like, this is it, right?
This is it. I'm like, this is my jam. This is my category. This is what I was meant to do.
Well, good, good. So something we've been talking about before we started the camera is you're not Brazilian from South America at all, are you?
No, I'm as European as it goes.
Yeah, so I was telling Jennifer that every time I talk to people, I have women tell me, we're afraid about competing against the girls from South America, the girls from Brazil.
I'm not afraid.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, it's just a look, and they're brunettes. Okay? You can be from Pittsburgh with blonde hair and look like this. And I know you're going, what does she look like? Well, you will all see after the USA. We got to see, but you'll get to see whenever the time is right. All right, so moving into wellness, what did you think once you first saw the contest?
I was blown away with it, and it was just inspiring to see the look of it. To me, that's more of a mainstream acceptable look, and that's what I wanted to look like.
I'd say it's an athletic look, right?
Yeah.
People,
oh,
women that have been in sports pretty much their entire lives.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like what you see women walk around with every day, and you're just like, those people need to be on stage.
Well, you just told me an interesting story about comic books.
Yeah.
So come on, tell everybody that story.
Okay, as a kid growing up in the 90s, I have 2 older brothers who always brought home comic books, and they never let me touch their comic books until they were completely done with it. And as soon as they were done with it, I would flip through it really quick, because the women in the 90s were very thin, model-esque. And in these comic books, oh my gosh, those are the wellness women, the superhero women with the big legs, tiny waists, and I'm like, that's what I want to look like. So being a kid growing up, I'm like, but women don't look like that today. So flash forward, 20 years, and you guys announce wellness. I go, finally, this is what women should look like, and I just love the look. So
what do your brothers think about you?
I think they're a little jealous. They're like, they kind of give me like the stink eye a little bit, but I'm like, hey, I passed you up now.
Because they know that you can kick their ass now.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know them. Okay, so what was your first NPC Wellness Contest? What one did you do?
That might have been Elite Physique in September of 2012. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Wellness Contest.
Oh, first Wellness Contest.
Yes.
Oh, that was 2 years ago at the Julie Palmer Classic.
Oh, nice. How'd you do that?
I won my height class, but I was still a little small, and went to Universe after that. Learned my lesson. I was still pretty small, so took some time off.
Now, who won the Universe that year? Was that Urishna?
That was Urishna.
Okay.
And standing next to Urishna, looking at her, looking at me, we were the same height class. I go, oh, I need to grow a good bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I always tell people. If you don't get into a contest and get next to people, you're not going to know how well or what you need to do to make improvements or not.
Correct.
Right? And you standing next to Urishna, that was like the perfect.
Yeah, it was a good comparison because we're the same height too. So
right.
I was like, okay, this is where I need to start improving a little bit more.
Right. Right. Well, good. So you're training here in Pittsburgh. Your trainer is?
Dave Grata.
IFBB Pro.
Yes.
Okay. When you went to him and said you want to move to wellness, what did he say?
He said, let's do it. He said, I was actually waiting for you to come to me. And actually at North Americans last year, I saw the athletes he put on stage, and it wasn't just one person. He had athletes in all different categories, and him working with George Farad too, both of them managed to put phenomenal athletes on stage. You had Rick in bodybuilding, Carrie in bodybuilding, Mackenzie in women's physique, and I was just blown away with what both of them did for those athletes. And I said, can you do this for wellness? And he said, sure, let's do it.
So chain of events is Judge Bill Sevilla from Pittsburgh hits me up, says that Dave is training this wellness competitor from Pittsburgh, and I'm just like, okay, because you normally don't think of somebody being wellness from Pittsburgh. No. I'm sorry to say, it is, right? So he sends me the pictures, and then he's like, you know, Dave wants to know if she could come in to do a filming. So I talked to Dave, I called him on the phone, and I said, where the F have you been hiding her? Yeah. I said, I'm really excited to have you here. And I'm really excited to see how you do this weekend, too.
Well, it's an honor to be here to film with you, and for you to get another look at me gives me another boost of confidence going in. Just let's keep rolling, bring home a win.
Right, and I don't think that it's ironic that the Preds happen to show up. Because he knows when everything's filming here, so. Because he wants to make sure he gets his training done, so he's not clanging and banging in the background. So you kind of got the full thing right here.
It was a great experience, and maybe we'll get to talk backstage this weekend too.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So now, doing all of this, you said that you're also a mom, right?
Yes.
So has it been any effect on your personal life?
A little bit, but I had to learn how to work around it. So I would do my fasted cardio before everybody wakes up in the house. I use my lunch hours, my weight training hours, so my evenings are free with my family. I still cook their meals, even though I'm eating something different. I still make sure the family function and flow is still normal.
Right. You said you have a daughter, right?
Yes, she's 8.
So what does she think of this?
At first, she didn't know what to think of it until she came to our gym and she finally saw me pose. With David, she was, oh, this is what you're doing. She's like, your legs are big. I said, yeah, but what do you think? She goes, I'm excited. So she's very excited for it.
So she thinks you're a superhero?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the idea.
You just walked off the comic book pages.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's good. So what do you do for a living? I don't even know. This is the first time we've met, if you can't figure this out.
I am an oncology analyst, so I basically write cancer pathways for MD-led committees. They determine what goes on these pathways, and I'm basically the writer and builder. So what drugs that the FDA approved that needs to be for chemo treatments or immunotherapy, and then I just put it on the pathway for them. So.
Does anybody work said anything about your competing?
Only a few people. No, I don't talk about it too much because I'm a very serious work person. So I think only a few people know that I'm actually going to USA's this weekend. But they just know I'm going to Vegas.
Or did you call up vacation days and just not tell them? They're never going to see this.
No, they know I'm going to Vegas, so they just don't know why. But I just don't like to advertise it too much because I don't boast a whole lot. It's just it is what I do. It is what I love. But there's work, there's hobbies, there's family. Everything is separate.
All right. So I know that this is the taboo question. You're not supposed to ask this, but how old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay, ladies, you seeing this? 34, mom, full-time job, not from South America, okay? Not from the Caribbean, and you can do this. I mean, it's funny because obviously we know that wellness was created in Brazil.
Yeah. So
people think that basically a Caucasian blonde woman is not going to be able to do this, especially from Pittsburgh. But you're all in for a shock.
I say watch and find out.
If you put the work in, you can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I've seen her transformation pictures.
It's hard work. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to show that if you want to do this, the vision, you can do it.
Yeah.
Don't be, I've told her, I've literally had so many women say, we'd like to do wellness, but we're afraid to compete against the Brazilians. Well, guess what? They're always going to be there. And if that's it, then you can't do wellness if you're already afraid of them.
Maybe.
But they are beatable. Looks only one wins in the end.
Maybe I can inspire some more U.S. women to start competing a little bit more and
right.
grow it even further.
Well, Casey DeLong, you know. I mean, that's what she's trying to do. Yeah. And I know she's out there championing for the taller women, too.
Yeah.
So now we have the tall and the short version.
I'm in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how tall are you?
5'5".
Okay. I'll give you that, the middle.
Yeah. I'll claim the middle spot.
Okay. So, all right. Is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to while you're standing here?
I definitely want to thank my coach, Dave, Greta, and George Ferron for both of them helping with this entire journey. My family, a lot of friends have reached out, just a lot of people that have surrounded me, a lot of words of support over the last couple of weeks have really meant a lot to me. So, and thank you for letting me come in today.
So, quick question. Do you think that you'll be back here maybe around October, November to be filming again?
For Road to the Olympia, maybe?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I would love that.
See, that's what I like to hear. And she already told me that she has scheduled her flight home late for Sunday to do the Champions photo shoot in Vegas.
I did. I left it open for you.
Good. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Jay and Manion.
Jen Zollars.
Oh, before we sign off, I should tell them what your social media and Instagram is if they want to follow you.
Oh, it's Jenny Snacks because I'm always hungry. It's JENI.SNAX.
Okay. All right. Now, Jay and Manion.
Jen Zollars.
Signing out for NPC News Online, and we'll see you all in Vegas at the NPC USA.